Dr. Art, look, we're live.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Oh, man.
Have a nice day.
Have a good day. Have you watched any more of his videos?
No, I can't.
Dude, I watch at least one or
haven't had
two
time to
every
do
night.
anything. I haven't had time to do anything.
I'm becoming an LA beast like fanboy.
Mm.
So who do we got in the house here on this beautiful Wednesday? I was out. It was honestly like 72 degrees, sunny, beautiful. And, oh, I feel bad for you guys that don't live in Tennessee because everything is blooming out there now, and
Yeah, it's allergies
upon us.
Mm-hmm.
We have a thing in so we're in a valley here, okay? So we have a phenomenon known as the pollinating, okay? Where
the mass greening of everything.
Yeah. So the first week or two of March, everything blooms. Just it's beautiful. And it's the most beautiful thing everywhere you look, it looks like a postcard. All of the pear trees in white and cherry blossoms and you name it. It's all over the place. So it's just like, oh my God, I can't believe how beautiful this is. And then in like a space of like 2 or 3 days, it all dies. all of the leaves come down and all of the pollen gets released. And because we're in a valley, it just it's like
spins around and lands everywhere. Yeah.
Oh, please. Yeah, and at that point, I've come close to death a couple of times. So Mexican Spec is in the house. Yes, you were first, my brother. Joker, that's not bad. Joker, Phil Dodge Fury, what's happening, man? That's you're a new guy, Phil. Welcome. Bobby Z, you're not new. How you doing, brother? Chris Guitars, how are you? Scoot is in the house. Matthew Edwards. Joker. Okay.
Kerosene and cucumbers.
Cucumbers.
Lumpy's here.
Indaka Dogo. Good name.
Indica Dogo, yeah.
KJ Kiley. Lowly. Yes. Good to see you all. Nice to have you in the house here. Andy the Man is here.
Josh Holman, Rope 19.
Driveway of Misfits. Formula 350. Okay, we can do this all night.
Yeah.
Let's just jump right to business, Dr. Art.
Yes, finally business. Yeah, questions.
Yes. My tech question is my old 318 has two different heads. One starts 284 and the other one starts 402. There's small differences. What's your opinion? Are they actually similar enough to use together? Geez, off the top of my head, I don't know those casting numbers. Providing they're both open chamber heads. Okay, so in other words, they're not the early 273 318 head, which is closed chamber, and not the I can't even remember the casting number now. But the late 318 closed chamber,
isn't it like a 302 head or something like
302, 302 head, right? Damn, Dr. Art, you're sharp.
I'm picking up on all your Mopar nonsense the longer I hang around with you.
You're out to replace me. You and Jamie are going to team up. Yeah, providing it's not one of those. If it's anywhere in that smog range, you know what I'm saying, of 318 cylinder head, send it, man. Send it.
Mm-hmm.
Do not worry about it. Let me check. Oh, wait. I introduced my puppy to you, but not to our friends.
Not to the audience. Well, he's grabbing the puppy.
Oh, well, she's
Burnett.
with her big
Rose
sister.
Farm Steve, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah.
Glenn Webster. Cup Car Steve. What's going on, buddy? Stephen Bunky Bird, what's going on? He's in Mr. Bird. He's in Knoxville.
This is Amelia May. She's 7 weeks old today. And isn't she beautiful? Yes, I know you're so beautiful. Yeah, but it's okay.
Yeah, she's like, okay, I'm not a TV person. Put me down.
So her and Molly and Winnie have the same dad. So they're all three sisters, and they're all a year apart from each other. Chevy guy. Hey, Dr. Art, you were on my live last night. I asked a question and I guess you got off.
Yeah, I was flipping through, and this Chevy guy, 15, he was having a live, and I clicked in there, and I was like the only guy, so I left a comment. And he was like in between talking and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, must be over. And I clicked off. So apparently it wasn't done, but welcome, sir. And yeah, I was there. And couple down from there, Indica Doggo's got a question.
Yeah, 73 Power Wagon crank bypass circuit isn't working and only gets spark when key turns back after cranking. Can't find the issue for hell. It's ballast resistor. It's your 90% it's your ballast resistor, 10% is your ignition switch. Andy the man, Uncle Tony cares share the story of the pink flamingo and Peg's leg. This is a family show, man. We just can't do that, okay? Rope is at the opposite end of the spectrum. He'll be 17 in May. Me too, Rope. What's your birthday? Mine's the 15th. Let's see. Scrolling up. Raymond Cabal, we still have snow in the Great White North for another month. And
that's why we don't live there. Yeah.
We don't live there.
Yeah.
I like literally as soon as this live is done, I'm going out and jumping on a bike, and I'm gonna go enjoy the first spring-like evening we've got out here.
We got a text message from my wife's sister. Her dog was on the middle of a frozen lake, running around like an idiot. Oh fuck! On a frozen lake, still up there. So I'm like, oh no. And it's 70-some today, and I'm like, oh, it's hot tub time! Yay!
Yeah, it's supposed to be 70s for the next. Well, that's it. I mean, we're done with winter. We're like,
yeah,
now we're going to get our 3 weeks of spring, and then we get into summer.
We get the sun turns up to 9, and then we get baked.
Joker still has snow on the ground. Pothole season. Gee. Well, we have a few potholes here, but nothing.
Oh yeah, you don't drive on the freeways around here like I do. They're just trash. After that hard freeze in the subpar asphalt they put down here, there's trash everywhere and rocks, and yeah, it's bad.
Okay, I'm just scrolling back up here. Okay, Rope, the May 20th. Okay. 20th, Cop Car Steve is 23rd. Now we got a lot of Tauruses in the house.
Yeah.
The Roth Farm nailed it, May 15th. Good man. World of Wood Chip says he loves the winter. Without a few frozen cold months, I would just never do maintenance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, you don't have to do maintenance if it never gets that cold. That's the secret. The one right below him too, Mike. There, he's got a question.
Mike Boker, Tony, I have a 383. I want to build a low deck stroke rider. Do I make it a 426 or go bigger? Throw the 440 crank in there, providing you're going to keep it the standard bore at 383 to 4 1/4. That's a 426. Leave it, especially if you're going to use like a production cylinder head. It's going to be really nicely matched. You know, if you're going aftermarket head, then yeah, perhaps go bigger, but regular street driver, that type of thing with production parts, that's a perfect combination. You'll love it. And make sure you build it as a short rod motor. I know everybody goes, long rods, put long rods in it. Those are Chevy people that tell you to put long rods in it. The rods are already too long at a Chrysler. So make sure you use the low deck rods.
And then Chevy guy in the bottom, he's got a question here.
Who's that?
Chevy guy -15Y. There you go.
Okay. Do you guys know anything or heard about the new Cams DLC coated flat tappet lifters? I have, but I'm not up on it. Dr. Art?
Well, it's a shame they can't make a regular lifter that's been used for 100 years that would work. They got to put fancy coatings on shit and charge them more money.
Yeah, I think it's probably a gimmick. I don't know. They used to make when we were running the fuel cars, a lot of cars still use flat tappet cams. This is as late as like the early 90s, just for reliability sake. And they used to sell chilled iron lifters, which I don't remember who made them. Who was it now? But that might be an option. Seek out chilled iron lifters. They're super hard. Trying to think who made them.
So instead of heat hardening them, they cold harden them. Yeah.
Whatever they did, that's what we used on the fuel cars. Thunderstruck is saying, I've used DLC lifters and they collapsed. Someone were going to teach my cam. I use stock Chevy lifters now and it's perfect. Okay. I've had my bad experiences with comp lifters. I bought a set of rollers for Bottle Rocket, and I don't take free parts, and they offered them for free. Oh yeah, well we'll send it to you. Just give the address. I said, no, bill me for them, right? Because I do not take free parts. So they billed me for them, and it was like $800 for the friggin' lifters, and like another $200 for the push rods. I'm like, you could have maybe given me a little break, right? So because I'll take a break. And 3 of the lifters would collapse and then pump back up again. I had 3 that would collapse, 2 would pump back up again, and 1 of them refused to pump back up. And the last time I used those lifters, I had Bottle Rocket out. We took Bottle Rocket out to Buffalo Valley, and I did a burnout. I'm doing a burnout, and the car sounds great, and it sounded a little weird, like like that, right? And then you can see it in the video too. So I staged the car and it just fell on its face, wouldn't really go anywhere. And it turns out that collapsed lifter really collapsed and it launched the push rod right through the rocker, because it was banging on the bottom of the rocker. So that was my last experience with that. I went out, I bought a set of $125 Chinese rollers and I dropped them in there and haven't had a problem. Let's see. 72Z28, 2 of my ComCam lifters came apart in my old 455 after maybe 15 hours. There is a lot of ComCam quality control stories.
Just use I use the Summit white box, knock off cams, and I've never had a problem. Cheap is good. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm scrolling back up. Howard's was it that? No, it wasn't Howard's. Howard's makes lifters. I think they're called Direct Lube. They're flat tappet with a 20 thousandths oil hole EDM'd into the lifter face. Okay. But that in itself isn't going to solve the problem if you have a lifter that isn't ground correctly. Like you can oil it directly, but if it isn't rotating, I don't care how much oil you put on there. The oil will protect because remember now you have a taper to the lobe, so the oil is always going to be pushed to the open side of the taper, and you're going to have metal to metal, like bare metal to metal, and so it's going to eat the lobe anyway. So we eat the lifter anyway. CLV Denny, what's happening, brother? He's good. All right. Hi guys. I have a 7440 with a cast crank. I want to do a 500 horsepower street motor build with it. Should I get a forged crank, or do you think I'm going to be using the stock cast crank? Yes, absolutely, all day long, from now until the end of time. If you're only dealing with like 500 horsepower, yes, the Chrysler forged crank, cast cranks rather, are ridiculously strong. The only thing that will really hurt them is sustained. Now, same thing will hurt a forged crank. Sustained detonation. You get the thing it's where it's rattling, yeah, it'll crack the crank. But as far as like normal use, 600, 700 horsepower, keep it at a detonation, keep it under like 7,000 RPM, and just send it and forget it. Don't worry about it.
500, slap a turbo on it and go for like 700, and wake the thing up and have a good time.
I'll tell you right up front. For the last, I don't know, 40 years, okay. Whenever I put an engine together, like let's say you buy an engine in parts, okay, and it's got a steel crank in it, I'll generally sell the steel crank and throw a freebie cast in there because I've never seen a difference for a street engine. Okay, for a normal street engine, obviously you get into extreme performance. It's a whole different program. But like a pump gas, normal for 300, 400, 500 horsepower engine, all day long, all day long.
Midwest Mikey, all the way on the bottom. We just popped.
Midwest Mikey, there he is. How are you doing, Midwest Mikey? You just bought a dual quad intake for your 383. It currently has dual 2 barrels on it. Will those two barrels be about the same as a single quad? Don't waste your time on it. Not the manifold. I don't know which manifold you have. The two barrels. Don't waste your time on it. I mean, what's your objective with this, and what are you trying to do with it? Is it just supposed to be just a cool cruiser, that sort of thing? Because if that's the case, and you just want the novelty of a couple of carburetors under there, then yeah, stick with the 2 barrels. But from a performance application, no, don't waste your time. Let's see. Just checking on the puppy. Yeah, puppy good. JM Flournoy. I do not think the 2-degree retard timing sets were ever widely available. So if Nick used a modern timing set, he would be 2 degrees off. However, anyone using a 60-year-old cam profile, ... No, that one isn't available. So I did some research, right? The video I made today, it could have been an hour long because I went down all sorts of different technical rabbit holes with that. As far as the cam goes, use three-way keyway cam gear. It's got the 2 degrees advanced, straight up, and 2 degrees retarded, and you just set it up that way. There are no direct replacement timing sets for that 2-degree retard that was in there. And I do not know why. I tried doping it out. Why those cams require a 2-degree retard? Why didn't they just grind the cam? But
2 degrees, yeah.
Regardless, I also don't understand why they had to grind the new cams 4 degrees retarded. I don't know. It just seems complicated to me why they would do this, but everybody's got their reasons. I would not be surprised, even the slightest, if that cam, even if it's not indexed wrong, let's say, the at the front, the dowel pin that index is off of, I would not be surprised if as you go down the line of the cam, you'll find that it's off. One of the things I always do anytime I install a cam is I'll check number 1 top dead center, okay, where you're normally going to check things, and then I rotate the motor 360 degrees and I check number 6. Always check number 1, the double check number 1, what you find on number 1 against what you find on number 6, because I've had many instances where it's off a couple of degrees, you know what I mean? It's like, well, all right, but I've also had them where it was like a 6-degree difference between the front of the cam and the back of the cam. So, yeah.
C. Hellman, 910. About halfway up. Well, you got to scroll back a little bit.
What is it now?
C. Hellman, 910. He's at 7:14 p.m.
7:14. Hey, Hemi Head, I didn't see you. I don't know what I'm looking for, bro.
Oh, okay. between Midwest Mikey and Hemi Head. And anyway, he says, I'm fairly, there it is.
Okay, hey, Sheldon.
Fairly new to older cars. I'm struggling with a 68 Galaxy 302 with rebuilt Autolite 2100. It will idle well, but the moment that the throttle is hit in gear, unless it has full choke, even but will die the moment, the throttle is hit unless in gear, unless it's got a full choke, even when hot.
Okay, you've got a restriction somewhere in the idle in the low speed circuit. So the low speed circuit is going to be your idle mixture screws, and it's also going to be the fuel that's fed through the transfer slots. So if you look at the inside of the carburetor, at the bore, you'll see two little holes where the pins stick through for the screws that you adjust, and then right above that you're going to see the slot. All right. So what's happening is you're getting enough fuel to pass through those, at least one of those idle mixture holes, passages, but not enough volume of fuel at idle to fill the transfer slot. And that's why as soon as you touch the throttle, it goes dead. Now, I mean, I'm assuming also that your accelerator pump is working. Maybe I should have said that first. Because I know
it's a rebuilt Autolite 2100, so yes, we can assume that, I guess.
Well, I mean, I've seen a zillion carburetors rebuilt that they didn't bother cleaning out the passages.
Yeah, and the squirters are clogged. With the car, with the engine off and you got the choke open, you're looking down it, the engine's off. You get the throttle, are you getting squirt out of your top squirters? Check that first.
Right, that's the first thing you check. And if you are, then it's going to be a restriction someplace in the idle / low speed passages of that carburetor. Now, I'm not familiar enough with that particular carburetor to tell you exactly where, like if it was a Holly or if it was a Carter Edelbrock, I could tell you exactly where the blockage is, but I'm not familiar enough with that carburetor to tell you exactly where to look, but it's going to be in there someplace.
Yeah. And if everything fails, it's a 68 Galaxy, just drop it off at my house and leave it and forget you ever had it. I'll take care of it.
Midwest Mike is saying, note to everyone in here building an engine. If you don't think you need to degree a cam, you're wrong. I thought I was dot to dot, but the engine on the stand was at an angle, got one tooth off. So the thing about degreeing camshafts and checking, because it's not even so much that you need to alter the timing of the cam, but to make sure that it's what you think that it is, because dot to dot doesn't always add up. Okay, so you need to know what the spec of your cam is, but you don't have to go through the whole process with the degree wheel and all of that. I showed a method, I did a whole video on it, on how to check cam timing with a feeler gauge, right? With a straight edge and a feeler gauge. I don't want to go through the whole process now because I did make a whole video on it. So if you're interested, you can go find that. And this was taught to me by Keith Black. This was his method. Because when you're trying to check cam timing, where you want to make a quick cam change at the track, there's no whipping out degree wheels and all kinds of other shit. You need a fast, accurate method of doing it. And that's how I've been degreeing cams. I own a degree wheel. I don't think I stole it on anything since I didn't have any gray hair, or even younger than that. I just used the feeler gauge method, and it works. But it's good to check, right? If you're going to put a cam in, that's how you're going to know if it's ground advanced, retarded. You see what I'm saying? Yes, always check. And like I said, you make your check on number 1, rotate the motor 360 degrees, and check number 6. Midwest Mikey, yep, that video was the reason I went and checked it. And my work here is done. Good night, everybody.
Good night. I'd have to admit I've I've dotted more engines than I've degreed ever. Sent them.
I've been burned so many times for cams now. I always check them. I always check them. I had one that I got from Comp Quality Control. Hey. It's your little sister. Do not snap at her. Come up here. I got one from Comp. Slide 6 came from Comp. It was indexed 11 degrees retarded. 11 degrees retarded.
The thing would have never ran.
No.
Or you'd had
started.
Yeah. 47 degrees of timing to get it to run.
Yep. And that's exactly the cam, right? That always eats itself alive because of a bad break-in. Because you constantly you're cranking it, trying to get it to start. It's always going to be a mess getting it going, getting a clean idle out of it. And in the meantime, all of the pre-lube, the cam lube is wiped off, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Cop Car Steve is saying, Dr. Art, when is the El Camino going to be putting rubber through the road?
Any day now. I finally got my paint gasket, so tomorrow I'll be finishing assembly of the engine, and then just waiting for a converter to show up, and I can slap it all back together. I got everything else I need.
Nice.
I even got a Coolio radiator, and I got to do a video on that. And I just, motivation, time, and want to, but we'll get it.
Chris Duda, how's Uncle Kathy doing? She is doing exceptionally well. She's over at the dog club right now, helping with one of the classes. She should be back any minute, I hope, because she's got to take care of the pups here. And we don't really call her Uncle Kathy anymore. She's now known as Twisty McSprinkles. So if you hear me mention Twisty McSprinkles, it's Uncle Kathy. Buff will want your 318 if you talk to him. I don't have a 318 to get rid of. I mean, Buff has my number. You can call me anytime. Joker saying she's always Uncle Kathy. No, she's Twisty McSprinkles now.
Mm-hmm.
Hemi Head, thank you for the super chat. Just love your videos and live chat. Say exactly how much heavier is a stock 426 Hemi than say a 440. 180. Okay, dressed 440 minus air. Okay. I used to know these weights exactly. It's 180-pound difference between a 426 Hemi and a 440 with the same accessories on it, or lack of accessories. Let's see. Buff Del Campo says he's not allowed to say the R word. What's the R word?
I don't know.
Chevy guy wants to know, Dr. Art, what happened to your old channel? I subscribed from our business account.
Got nuked. I got hacked. And they took everything. They wiped out the laptop. They took the account. They sold Bitcoin at 2 a.m, and I got screwed. So yeah, it's the same name, new channel, 10,000 subscribers less.
And that's why you guys all need to run right over his channel right now and sub to Dr. Art's Hot Rod Rehab. Right.
One of our awesome mods, we'll put up the link here any second now, and you'll be able to do that.
That's retarded. Retarded. That's the R word. Yes, you could say it.
Yes.
Obviously, you don't want to use it as a slur or anything like that. That's not nice. Well,
you're not
okay,
advanced,
I'm generally not known for being nice, okay, but when it comes to those less fortunate than ourselves, using slurs to me is a crime. But that's besides the point. There's nothing wrong with using. There's no prohibition against using the word retard because we use it in a mechanical sense.
right?
And then FUBAR, the amazing FUBAR, just put up a link to Dr. Art's Hot Rod.
Like lightning, like poof,
you
faster
can
than
follow that right to glory, right there, just right to it. That's good. 72C28 says you get weird looks if you refer to your timing as advanced challenged.
This is challenged.
I'm gonna remember that.
Vehicle has a challenge timing. Yeah,
I'm gonna steal that.
My vehicle's timing is on the spectrum. We don't know what's going
on. And FUBAR, the lovely and illustrious FUBAR, put up the link to my merch, right? UncleTony'sGarage.com, where you can get our shirts with our logos and funny sayings on the back, or our hats, or anything else that may or may not be in there. I've never actually seen it myself. Kathy Bananas, or I'm sorry, Twisty McSprinkles handles all of that. So, which link doesn't seem to work? All right, I'm scrolling back up here.
It's probably my channel link.
Let's see. Oh, it's Twisty McSprinkles.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
She was actually very good.
Who is good?
The puppy and Molly. They had a little skirmish.
What's it
Just a little skirmish.
Guys?
It was okay.
I see them having a skirmish now.
Yeah, they're just being sisters.
All right, well, I got them.
Okay. Booby.
They're using my foot.
Yes, I'm using my mic. I put it on by myself. I didn't need you for this.
Good.
Okay.
I set it up for you. What's up?
You did set it up for me.
Yeah.
Can I get orange juice? Please?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Oh,
Melody Maker says, page not available, but what is the name of the channel again? I just type it. Dr. Art's Hot Rod Rehab. Just hope you didn't get nuked again, man.
No. I got it up on another screen. No, it's here.
Sweaty Fat Guy is saying it should be Twisty McSparkles because sprinkles adds an undesirable connotation. How so? I like sprinkles. They make the whole friggin' ice cream cone, if you ask me. The stream is better when the dogs are in the room. Everything is
bring all
better
six.
when the dogs are in the
Bring all
room.
6 of them in. We just set up a live puppy cam and let it run until 3 a.m.
Chevy guy, what's up with the old locked up 383 we did? Haven't seen new videos about that in a while. It's over in the storage unit. I was literally just there today. My friend Sean is going to give me a hand with that. Going to bring it back to the shop sometime probably this week. I got to weld some braces into it and get some serious off-road tires on it because we're supposed to race Dr. Art with some 600 horsepower supercharged four-wheel drive monster truck in the dirt. So that's where it's going next. That's where it's going next. And I think we're scheduled to do that Easter weekend. Let's see. Demi had it saying Dairy Queen sprinkles are the best. Yes. You like the chocolate ones or the rainbow ones? I like the rainbow ones. There is a. Oh, thank you. Want to answer a couple of questions for people?
No.
You guys have any questions for Twisty?
No, I don't have any. No, I don't have any answers.
Oh, all right.
Thanks, though.
How was class?
It's okay.
Yeah.
All done. All finished. No more.
Chevy guy says he owns a tire shop. Where are you?
What?
Are you? No, over here. I'm talking to people on the internet. Yeah.
She's not sure you set it up right. She just wants to make sure.
Let's see. Old cars and music. An update on a question I asked several weeks ago. Rhoads said their VMAX lifters will work with a solid lifter cam, but they're recommending primarily for racing. Now, I don't know the VMAX. Do you know VMAX? Okay, I only know Rhoads lifters as being the ones that collapse deliberately to bleed off cylinder pressure with lower oil pressure. So
you can have vacuum, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know anything about VMAX specific lifters. So, do you, Dr. Art?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
It'd be nice if we did, then we can answer a question, but we don't. Well, let's do this.
Okay. Yeah, he's going to look that up. Barry Quitter says, "You think I come across as nice?" Most of the time, I am. Most of the time, I am. But I've got a reputation. I didn't intend to have a reputation, but I do, and I just own it. Shannon, 70 money. In lieu of the 12-bolt challenge, I've decided when I build my 78 Cutlass Supreme, I want to build it for the off-road type with a 5. Bro, the whole thing, the whole concept of an off-road car seems like so much fun. Yeah, I have visions of all sorts of things I want to do with it. Like, okay, like the idea of racing with it is fun. But I mean, how cool would it be to take like a 67 Plymouth and do like the Transamerica Trail or something like that, right? Even if it's just like a short section of it, just like a state or two. How cool would that be to do it with an old Plymouth?
There is a if you could look down at the bottom where my head is on the bottom, there's a extra screen there. Click on that, and that'll pop it up for.
Okay.
The Rhoads VMAX. It's kind of the same thing. You know, the Rhoads anti-pump, because if you go here and click on that, it says, yeah, they're just a VMAX anti-pump flat tappet lifters for small block Chevy.
Now, why would they call them anti-pump? Because it's like the exact opposite. They're like pro-pump. Like they deliberately collapse and then pump up.
Well, they went the other way because no one buys the other style anymore, probably.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, I would imagine.
Okay.
So, like, these are super. These are like solids, but they're $250 for a set of lifters. It's like, just get some solids. So that's probably his question.
Okay.
It's, should he get this? Yeah, I'd spend the money on solids before I'd spend $250 for a set of lifters.
Cop Car Steve is saying, I like Reverend Tony when he preaches the truth about getting screwed by the manufacturers. It's not just manufacturers, it's every aspect. It's every organization, all of them across the board all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Raymond Cabal, what influence did Norwell equipped refer to? Do you?
No idea.
Okay, I don't either.
It might have been a regional thing.
Dean Stevenson is in the house. I didn't see him.
Yeah.
Shannon is saying, you'd probably be the first one to do that in a car. I've had my eyes on an El Camino frame, local and marketplace for the Cutlass.
Don't. Just I have a whole El Camino you could buy, and because you're up north, it's all rust free. It's not the prettiest thing, but you can buy the whole roller. It's on sound center lines for probably what you're going to pay for that frame, and then you could road trip down here and pick it up.
And it's not even an El Camino. It's the more exotic
Caballero, the
Caballero.
Yeah. The very executive El Camino.
Chevy. The tire shop. You're in Dover, so I'm about 10-15 minutes from York. Oh, geez. Yeah, no, that's the shipping on the tires would be.
Yeah, Shannon, you just need the frame, but you can sell the whole rest of the car up there, all those nice, beautiful rust-free panels, and recoup all your money and have a free frame. You have to think to the third step here, brother. So,
Hunter Aldridge. Hey, Hunter, are there any events you actively show up throughout the year? Me, no. Dr. Art might. What events do you show up at?
The only thing I go to locally is like the Cars and Coffee at the Speedway.
Yeah, I go to that occasionally.
But and if there's some big event in town, but I've at this point I've been to probably 25 gazillion, 500 million, 859 million thousand car shows. It's it's.
I don't go any place where there's a chance of being recognized. Is pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a neurotic recluse. It's not that I don't love you guys. I do. I mean, I honestly do. But I'm afraid of all of you. So I'm a recluse. I hide, actively hide.
Yeah, just Shannon. Just give me a. You have the email. Just send me an email. We'll talk about the price on it.
Let's see. I'm scrolling up. What do you see, Dr. Art? Anything?
Well, he's saying that when you go to these events, you go out with a paper bag over your head, but you don't. You dress just like you do now. There's no disguise. There's no sombrero. There's no nothing. And then
no, my wardrobe consists of entirely of my merch. I never vary. Well, very rarely do I vary from that. No, I hide a lot. It's just the way it is. Raymond Cabal, likely a California thing, an old front engine dragster with a blower and carb, Norwell equipped. I have never heard of.
Oh, now I got to look at it. Dang it! All right.
Rope, I can teach you a thing or two about being reckless. I'm going, dude, I could write volumes, encyclopedias about being reckless. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I was born to be reckless. I know I'm a recluse. Like I hide. You know what I mean? Like literally, I avoid situations where I only wear it when it comes to this stuff. Like I'm not like that. Like I go into local coffee place or whatever, and I don't hide from anybody. I'm like, but it's only when it comes to like this that I'm weird about it. Does that make any sense?
This looks like Norwell equipped is a guy who does, like almost cartoon car artistry. It's automotive illustration, but by in the garage, Jeff Norwell, Modern Rotting Magazine. He lives 2 hours from Buffalo, New York. And he's just he's an automotive artist. I could be wrong, but that's what Google tells me it is.
No, I've never heard of it. Lost French Garage. You have had some subscribers show up at the garage. I had one today, and it was weird. Dude,
you had one today?
I've had them show up at my house. I like you know the garage is one thing, yes, right. I've had them show up at my house. They've showed up at all of the various shops. I had one guy that like literally like kind of moved into my parking lot at the previous shop. I had one guy. I don't know if I should say this. I threatened to boom him if I saw him again because I was getting very creepy vibes. Okay, very weird stalker like vibes. And yeah, no, I've had the gamut. Okay, and that's one of the reasons why I moved to the shop that I'm in, because my last shop was on a main road, right? So now I don't hang out in front of my house like literally at all, because occasionally, more often than you'd think, people come up the street and they're like, oh, "You're Uncle Tony," right? So you know, right? So I
you're not on a main street, so they're actively stalking you if they're in front of your house. Yeah.
Right. And then I moved to a place that was like way in the back. You know what I mean? You know, you just can't accidentally come across. So it's terrible. I had one guy that was on his way from Florida to Texas that came and dropped in at me at the shop where I was over at the storage units. That's like, it's like say he went like 600 miles out of his way to drop in unannounced on a total friggin' stranger. It's weird, and I avoid it to such a degree it's not even funny. Thunderbird, you threatened to give a guy lead poisoning. No, I promised. There's a big difference. There's a big difference. Okay. Lost Ranch Garage. I'm nowhere near as big as with subs as you are, but it was wild, dude. Most of the stalker action happened when I was a smaller channel, like right about the time that we actually like we cracked like 100,000 subs and all that. That's when most of the stalker stuff happened, and then I kind of made it clear from that point, like, you know, don't drop in on me, like you just don't do it, right? And I think most of your stalkers are the same people who hit the lives all the time. Okay, and not that everybody hits the lives all the time as a stalker, but a stalker will hit all your lives. So you're talking directly to them. You know, stay away. You know what I'm saying? And luckily, I haven't had that problem in a while. Really can. Peg got you pretty good when he stopped. That was like, that was different. That's different. That's somebody in the same business that I'm in, you know, making a semi-professional call. That was great. I like that.
So the anonymous, this is not fishy. The anonymous thing, you know, name wants to know if it was Brian Kerbal that showed up.
Yeah. No, Brian. I wish Brian would have showed us. I would have enjoyed having Brian show up. No, and I swear to God, I do miss Brian. I hope all is well in his world. I know the guy trolled me, like his life was trolling me. He made a video about me every single day. It was crazy, but I felt honored in a way, because like to have that much like you know, what's the word I'm looking for? To have that much like insanity directed at you, I felt kind of honored by it, and I was sorry to see him go. KJ Kylie, Tony, if you shaved your beard and head, nobody would recognize you. Plus, you would look like Holden's twin brother. I shave once a week, whether I need it or not. Okay, and I don't cut my hair, because if I cut my hair, then I have to keep cutting my hair. So just leave it. Just freaking leave it. It's not something I have to worry about. Dr. Art, have you had any trolls yet?
Not too bad. you know, a little bit here and there, and then I just ignore them or go, have a nice day, and then they're like, oh, he's not affected by my nonsense, and they go away.
I love it when I meet people in the street, like if I'm just going about my normal business, and they're very nonchalant and cool about it. Okay, so like, and it happens actually fairly often. Well, I'll be getting a cup of coffee or something, and somebody will walk by and I'm like, Tony, and I'm like, yeah, man, right? And you know, you fist bump or you shake hands or whatever, and I like your work. Oh, thank you, man, I appreciate it. And then they go on their way, and everything is cool. Okay, I actually love that, right? I'm honored by all of those interactions. The problem is there are some people that once they get in your face, they won't leave your face. They got to have this long, deep conversation with you. You know, I connect with you on another level, man. I'm like, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
No,
and
you're not connecting with anything on me, bro. So it's like, you see what I'm saying? There's a difference. If you see me in the street, right, you know, like give me a thumbs up and say, yo, and I'll go, yo, and I'll be very happy and you'll be happy. But leave it at that. Just leave it at that.
And we're in Tennessee because people that are originally from Tennessee, they love to talk forever. So it's hard to describe between someone who's actually just born here and somebody who's a real practical nut job sometimes.
Roth is saying maybe it's the hat and the shirt. Well, the way this works, okay, is that I pretend that I don't do YouTube. I wake up every morning, okay, and I grab the first set of clothes that are closest to me, and I throw them on, okay, and it's always my merch. It's always a black pair of pants, always a black shirt, black hat, because I don't know if I'm going to be rolling around under something or I'm just going to be shooting a video or whatever. So I'm always prepared. You see what I'm saying? I never have to think about what I'm wearing. It's just there, and it's always ready for action. So that's why you see what I'm saying? It's like, it's just it, and you roll with it. You're on the spectrum. Yeah, I know I am. Yeah, I got a lot of Rain Man in me. As most of you have probably figured out by now. Let's see. You see anything, Doc Art?
There was one question from, it's up a little bit here. Let me find it. 749.
Okay.
Chevy guy. I'll give you a second to get there. If not, I'll just read it out.
There it is. Okay. In your opinion, I tear my Chevy 355 down, and the rod bearings look great, but the upper main bearings in the cap were showing copper. The uppers, right? But the bottom shells are great, but still hold 80 psi hot. That's unusual. The uppers are showing copper of your mains.
It seems counterintuitive being a Chevy how they oil, you know.
Huh. I'm trying to think. Is it all of them evenly, or is it one or two of them? And is it biased towards the front of the engine or biased towards the back of the engine? Because if you've got, I'm trying to think what could possibly give you bearing wear on the upper shell. The only thing, there's only two things that can do it. There's nothing in the middle of the crank that can do it. At the front, if you've got a timing chain that's too tight, or perhaps the engine was machined correctly, and the distance between the cam and the crank is just a scotch too long, or too high, that would cause a lot of tension from the timing chain pulling up on the front of the crank. Okay, at the back, if your bell housing isn't indexed correctly, it could be that the
It's pulling it up.
it's
Yeah.
pulling it up, right, from the transmission end. Well, let's see what he says. It's all 4. It's 11. Well, there were 5 uppers. It's all 4. I don't know. I'll watch your. Okay. Hemi Head, has either Tony or Art ever met Ed Big Daddy Roth? I've met his son, Little Daddy Roth, a couple of times. Have you?
Never. Nope.
His son pops up over here. We have there's a guy named Scooter. I can't think of his actual name. He puts on events in Lebanon, the Redneck Rumble and the Rat Rod Rumble. A couple of different events through the course of the year. And Little Daddy Roth, Ed's son, shows up there, and he sells custom paints. Cool guy. You could see where he gets it from. I'm looking for an answer from Chevy guy on which bearings it is.
Yeah, he said all 4,
but there's 5.
Yeah, but there's 5. Yeah.
Ralph Bond says, I would literally disembowel tongue Sahur if I saw that meme on the street.
Okay.
Interesting. I'll have to. Dean Stevenson, what do you have to say about that? Disemboweling tongue Sahur. Because if anybody's going to be an expert on that, it's going to be Dean. Sharon Z4PJ. Hey, this is my first time in your live chat. Welcome. I hope you're having fun. Does anyone here know about my uncle Milburn Varner? Oh, I'm sorry, the name doesn't ring a bell. But I know a lot of people by face, and I know a lot of people by their vehicles. Joker. Were those overhead cam Ford 4.0 V6 really an engine to avoid at all costs? Yes. Compared to the overhead valve 4.0s, are they still decently reliable? No, they are not. They're junk. They're an abomination. If you want proof of demonic influence over our civilization, you only have to go as far as the overhead cam 4.0 to find evidence. I mean, solid evidence of it. Forget about all of this Epstein stuff. The true evil can be found.
The true evil is that 4-liter overhead cam, because the 4-liter overhead valve is wonderful. The 4-liter overhead cam, that's what made you stop working on cars. And I think that Explorer is still sitting apart somewhere, isn't it?
I'm sure it is. I had done that job. A couple of times, right? And there was a strode up. I told this story in this channel before, Joker. It was a strode up those camel's back and made me leave, the regular repair gig, where I'm not ever going to work on a new car ever again, a newer car. I had done a few of those 4-liter timing chain jobs, the tensioners. I had one come into the shop and I could not bring myself to work on it. It was so dark. It was so nonsensical. It was just so stupid. I couldn't bring myself to work on it, and that made me literally get out of the business.
Right, and if the chains don't go bad, the head gasket does.
And
then you're driving along, all of a sudden your heater doesn't work, and you look out and there's just fluid just pissing out of the back of the passenger side cylinder head. Yay! It's junk.
Yeah, my play. I don't care. The overhead cam 4.0 Ford V6 with the front and rear timing chains. Old cars and music. It was diabolical. They should call it the Moloch V6. There should be an owl, right?
An owl effigy that when you pop that cassette off the back, a little owl pops out and starts on fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
And God forbid they make it so you don't have to take the whole fucking car apart to fix it,
All right. So Chevy guy's back with his beam bearings. All right. I'm not sure if you see the comment, but it was 1, 2, and 3 in the main cap. The rest weren't as bad, but still had copper showing, but the bottom shells were in great shape. You've got something pulling up on. Oh, I'll tell you what.
You got your drive belts tightened to beat Jesus.
Well, okay, yeah, he's right. Drive belts will do it. Okay. I had this exact problem. It was a mix match of the teeth on the gear set that I bought and the chain that came with it. So the chain didn't sit all the way down. It was a bear getting it on there. Okay. And sometimes they are, right, but this particular one, and it should have raised all kinds of red flags in my head. This particular one, you had to slide both the cam and the crank gear on exactly simultaneously. If there was any distance between the two, it wouldn't go on. So that should have told me right there was a problem. But that engine ended up with a rod knock. I did this for a customer. This is years and years ago. But that engine ended up with a rod knock. I tore it apart. It was like the number 1 or number 2 rod. And then I saw the upper mains were wiped out. And then I realized, okay, that timing chain that I put on. And when I looked at it, okay, because by that point, the timing chain had stretched enough so that it wasn't pulling anymore. But you could see that the rollers of the chain did not sit down into the teeth of the gears. So it was just the top gear. It wasn't the bottom gear. It was the top gear. So I check that. Check the relationship of the rollers to the teeth on the timing gear. And
the gauge of the teeth and gauge of the chain were different. Yeah. Okay.
David James, I just got a ZJ 97 straight 6. So it's a 4-liter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can Dr. Art do the computer for me to increase fuel and shift points? There you go.
97 shift points, no. Your shift points are going to be controlled mechanically. Yeah, so by your kickdown. We can increase fuel and power and all that kind of stuff, but shift points, no. On a 97, that's all done mechanically. There's nothing in that computer that controls the shift points.
Well, it has a separate transmission control module.
That one doesn't.
97?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Does it?
Yeah. It's got a transmission control module that's mounted under the dashboard.
Okay. Well, you can't get to it through the OBD2, so.
Oh, okay. Tony, Dr. Art, have you given any consideration to magnets in your oil filters? It would be pointless. It would be pointless.
That's what the paper's there for. Yeah.
If you get a magnet in your oil filter that's going to pick up metal as it comes off the engine, no, your engine is shedding metal. So no, the magnet really isn't going to do you very much good. Bernie Ellman, when running points, is a ballast resistor mandatory? yes, some form of resistor is mandatory. So just I'll give you a short version of this, right? Ford, General Motors, and AMC all use a resistor wire, okay? So instead of the wire being made of copper, right, it's made of aluminum. And then that wire is going to be the positive, go to the positive on the coil, okay? Those cars all have a resistor wire. Chryslers have an external ballast resistor. So, but either way, a point ignition system does need some way to bleed off voltage, and when it's not necessary. Without it, the points they'll arc themselves to death. So, yes, you need some sort of resistor. I'm scrolling up.
Oh, okay.
Thunderbird, Tony, ever ran without second rings to free up power, less drag? You know, okay, my only touring experiences with it. Oh God, I can't believe I'm going to say this. My only touring experiences with a top fuel dragster, and it ended very badly. Very, very badly.
Boom.
There was oh God. No, it wasn't really a boom. It was just fire everywhere. Okay. So, but that's my only touring. I can't believe I'm this, right? It wasn't that I said, "Oh, I'm going to leave the rings out of this." It was that we legitimately bought some 2-ring nitro pistons from I think I remember who it is, but he's a name, so I'm not going to say the name. And oh yeah, use these, right? So yeah, so we bought them and we tried them, and it was a funny car. It cost us a body and all of the wiring. Oh man, the diaper, the blower bag, like, oh please. Oh fuck. Yeah. So yeah, I tried them, but no, it's not good. I've never tried it on a gasoline street engine. I should.
That might write that one down. Wherever you are right now, grab a pen and write it down. Put together a 1-ring single compression ring.
Anything about the I guess you're saying ring package. No, man, it was just a regular stainless top ring and a regular oil ring. There was nothing. It's not doing dumb things. I did so many dumb things. You guys don't know. You're like, oh, he's smart. He's very smart. You don't know. That's how all the things you think are smart is just freaking drastic mistakes that I've made over the years. Let's see. I'm scrolling back up.
Oh, okay.
Stephen Buckyard, wasn't the GM ballast resistor wire called nichrome? Is that also aluminum? You know what, my brother? It very well might be. I've always just referred to it as an aluminum wire because it looks like aluminum. And this is going back to like when I was a teenager. It's like, well, what's that wire right there? So, and it would be, the aluminum wire would be the resistor wire. So, but it very well could be nichrome or I mean, whatever. You might be right. And I'm probably drastically wrong in calling it aluminum, but that's how I always refer to it. Robert Rio says, Ben Alameda recommends removing the second ring on hot street engines. Ben Alameda knows his shit, boy. But what piston is he talking about? What kind of piston is he talking about? Define hot street engine. And I'm not second guessing him at all. Like I said, all the respect in the world to Ben Alameda. Let me look into what he says about that. Okay, Vilefly is saying nickel and chrome, nichrome wire used for heating elements also. Thank you for clarifying that. I will no longer refer to it as aluminum. It just looks like aluminum.
Not chrome resistance wire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, guys, many of you are jumping in there with that. Thank you. I've been corrected. I'm scrolling back up. Bobby Z had to go for a while. He wants to know what he missed.
Nothing.
I just had a little bit of a PTSD moment. Somebody asked me about two-ring pistons. Dumbest fucking thing. I knew it was going to be a bad idea. This might be interesting. We're starting to have problems with Napa oil filters. They plug out very quickly and cause a significant drop in oil pressure on 5.7 Hemi engines and some GM LS engines. You know what, Thunderstruck, do you have a part number for that? Because I'll tell you why. That filter is going to fit 100 different applications, and the people who use it may not realize it also goes for the 5.7 Hemis and LSs. So if you have a part number for that, a Napa part number for that, that would be good. Share that with everybody.
Speaking of Napa filters, I have a bag of probably 10 four-cylinder Honda Napa filters down in the garage. If anybody needs oil filters for their Honda, I got you covered. I'll ship you a whole bag. You pay $20 for shipping, you can have them.
Barry Cuda, what's that coating they put on two-stroke motorcycle cylinders called? Nicocel. Chevy guy, Tony, you're going to come to Carlisle for the Mopar Nationals? No, but enjoy it. If you're into Mopars, boy, that is the event to go to. Forget about the Mopar Nationals. The Carlisle is the place. Ego Death, please. Can a filtered flow drop oil pressure? Don't they usually bypass anyway? Depends on the size of the bypass. And it also depends on the spring loading of the bypass. So that's the thing. With anything like this, there's always a series of depends. It depends on this, it depends on that. If it's known to cause a problem with those two engines, for whatever reason, it's killing oil pressure. So what's that?
Happy Hemi on the bottom there. It's pretty funny.
Happy Hemi or Happy Hermit. My younger girlfriend dumped me tonight, so I spent too much time in the garage. It's your fault. You're probably better off without her. You're probably better off without her.
Probably. She doesn't understand you for who you are, man.
Scoop is saying, I don't do car shows anymore. I'd rather see them on the road. I agree with that, okay? But there are some cars that should not be on the road. You know, it's that simple. There are some cars that are just so rare, so original, so impeccably restored. that their purpose is just to be a historical marker. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? And so they really should not be on the road. You wouldn't want to see a one of one something or other get T-boned by somebody in a freaking Kia, right? So I absolutely respect cars that are, just for that purpose, historical, significant cars, or perfectly beautiful restored cars. They're more art than they are car. So that's the reason I would go to a car show. But other than that, yeah, I absolutely agree with you. If it's something that, just a regular car, a regular production car, and, a normal hot rod, that type of thing, yeah, I'd rather see them on the road. Which is what makes Power Tour so cool. Not that I actually, made Power Tour itself, but like Dr. Art and I went to one of the venues here. It was about 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so blown away by the cars, the atmosphere, the quality of everything, and the price. $65 for two freaking hamburgers. So a little nutty, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I actually like that whole thing. I like that whole thing.
Go up to Bobby Z's 1964 at 8:12 p.m.
Bobby Z, there he is. Still wondering if putting my new to me 504 Sun distributor machine in the living room is appropriate. I'm single with very few prospects of ever getting lit. Yes, put it.
Yes.
If anything, that may help along. The chicks love scars and they love mechanics and stuff. So yeah, do it.
And it's better than watching television. You can just randomly go to junkyards and pick up old distributors off Marketplace and stuff like that and just get everything dialed in and sell wazoo curved distributors, make a nice little living out of it. Yeah.
Please, feel free to troll my lives and stuff like that and solicit business. You know what I mean? I'm all for that. I'll promote the hell out of you.
Yeah.
Travis Moore saying $65 for two burgers, just get the $6 bag lunch from Hardee's. Dude, I had no conception. It's been so long since I went to an event like that. Okay. I had no conception. I just got online and I ordered 2 burgers and 2 fries. Okay. And we had waters. So that was it. I didn't even need anything. I don't really drink soda anyway. So we had 2 burgers and 2 fries. And I'm like, they're probably going to bend me over for like $18 for this. Right. And no, it was 65.
Like what? Yeah.
Yeah, like he had already handed me they've stuck the plates in my face before I knew how much it was.
Mm.
Thunderbird. I had a makeshift crank scraper on my 429, but I decided to remove it in the interest of getting better oil splash on the pistons. Anyone have any experience one way or the other? Dude, your 429 has a piss hole in the rod specifically to oil the pins on the opposing side, to throw oil across to the opposite side. Crank scraper isn't going to affect that. Robert Rio, do you happen to know Mark Spencer? Spencer Speed Shop from New Jersey. I don't. He's on Facebook, Mopar, and Sportster guy like you. Smart guy. He knows his shit and is a real character. Well, tell him I said hi. Let's see. Oh, okay. This is important. So according to Thunderstruck, those Napa filters that they're currently having problem with are the number 7060. 7060. So if your vehicle takes that application, beware, some people are having problems with it.
Don't use it. Yeah.
Bobby Z says he reluctantly went to a Cars and Coffee last summer. Actually enjoyed it. Probably will do it again sometime. I liked it. We've gone to a couple of Cars and Coffees, and I like it because it's all young people, and people always bitching out. Oh, the younger generation doesn't care about cars. They
pack the place.
They pack the place. They love it. It's all 18, 19, 20, 21, 22-year-old kids, and they've got their cars. You know what I mean? Like, oh, so we got our cars. We got old Chevelles and Mustangs and Mopars and shit, right? And they have their Hondas and their Subis and whatnot. They're into it. They love these things. They work on them, like build the engines. They do we used to modify our cars for drag racing. They modified our cars for like drifting and shit like that. It's very good to see. Those Cars and Coffees are nice events. Hemi heads on his way out. Good night, brother man. Barracuda, do you know John Milner? He's a good friend of mine. I can't say that. Dude, I know so many people by their jobs. I know so many people by their cars. I know so many people by face, but names, I'm rough with names sometimes. Melody Maker is saying here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, we had 1,100 cars at one of the Cars and Coffees last year. Yes, car culture is alive and well. It may not be exactly what we boomers and Xers want it to be. You know what I'm saying? It's not in our image. They're doing their own thing, and they're having fun with it. Did Olive pop in the house?
I didn't see her.
Oh. Okay. War Ghost. Hey guys, not car related, but have either of you read economic books by Thomas Paine? Cars and Coffee is dope, a whole different vibe in a good way. Yes. No, I can't say I've no. Have you?
Nope.
Barracuda saying, has anyone ever told me I look like just like Connie Stevens, the actress? No, but or is it Dr. Art? Dr. Art looks like Connie Stevens.
It's possible. Depends how much Barry's been drinking, you know.
Cross-frame crazy. John Milner from American Graffiti. Okay. That was the guy with the yellow 32.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Stephen Bunky Bird. Here in Knoxville, we have a couple of thousand cars at Cars and Coffee. Mostly young racers having fun. No, I'm telling you, me and Dr. Art were at one not too long ago, and I told him, I says, nobody here has a clue who we are or what we do.
There's two random old guys. Yeah.
I said, we're missing out on a huge market. We need to figure out some way or another to come up with some content that these guys are going to watch too. There's more of them than there are us.
And if If you're in Tennessee and need a lawyer, contact Mr. Bird. He wasn't saying Connie Stevens. He was saying Cookie Monster.
Oh.
He got auto-corrected.
Oh. The Cookie Monster?
Yeah. Or Grover. Oh, no, it's Oscar the Grouch. Yeah, the guy in the garbage can. That's who it is.
Jay Weiss, what do you think about Jay Leno, huge car collection? What I admire about him is how eclectic his tastes are. I mean, that's a true Renaissance man when it comes to cars. I don't think very many people in the car world can hold a candle to his range. You know what I mean? Like steam cars, turn of the century electric cars, supercars, motorcycles.
Everything in between, nothing brand specific. Just this is cool. Yeah, let's restore this to make it beautiful again, and then we're gonna drive it around.
Yeah, he drives the stuff. I'm looking at this while I roll a cigarette. Adam Hubbard is saying UTG and Dr. Art are all the GOAT. All the young guys would love you all. They just don't know it yet.
And we've talked about this, a way to infiltrate the young people, but we're like, it's hard to relate because they're on a different level. And you try to talk.
They're from a different world. It doesn't mean that I don't want to relate to them or interact with them. It means that it's very difficult. You know what I mean? It's very difficult. Unfortunately, younger people, obviously not the younger people who are here on this live now, but in general, younger people look at guys like us as the enemy, right? We're the ones who made the world so friggin' hard. Why they can't afford houses, why they can't get good jobs. And I don't disagree with them.
But why they have to work 12 hours a day. Yeah, instead of 4. Yeah.
I don't disagree with them. It was our generation that truly helped screw up all of society. I get it. But don't lump us all into the same, don't lump us all into the same group just because we're of that age or of that generation. Doesn't mean we lived that way or create, no. But that's the biggest problem. Most young people look at us with disdain because of a generational thing.
But if it's a little different when you go to the Dragstrip, though.
It is different at the Dragstrip, yes.
Yes, because they'll be like, oh, that's cool. I haven't, because we do things different than they would. And they're like, oh, and that works, and it's fucking sounds badass and goes real fast, and you built this yourself? What?
It's different.
And it's 60 years old, and it wipe out something brand new. What's going on here?
Hey, man, you know what's funny now? I've been going to Dragstrip since the 1970s, okay? And I can't really... The pits at a Dragstrip, okay, have not changed. You look at everything in the world, okay? You look at everything in the world. You look at how much things have changed, okay? Just how people are and how they dress, how they interact with each other, how everything is in the general world. But it's like, this can't be, there's no way everything's evolved to this point, okay? And then you go to a Dragstrip. And at the Dragstrip, time stands still. It's still the 1970s there. Nothing ever changed. And it's the 1980s and the 1990s and the 2000s and the 2010s and the 2020s. It's still the Dragstrip. Technology changes a little bit. Cars change a little bit. But
everyone's still like, hey, you got to push your car on there, no problem. That's I got one of them. Yeah, go ahead, here, have it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the few places that you can go to and say the world is okay. These people are okay.
Mm-hmm. But then you have to go home. So.
But then you have to leave there. Yeah. Just fatter people. Yes, there are a lot of fatter people.
Mm-hmm.
There was I almost put a Slingshot dragster on a whim. Okay, it popped up on Facebook Marketplace. $5,000. It was a roller. You can look at it real quick and you say, well, yeah, it needs some finishing, right? But all the basics were there. It was a roller, had a small block Chevy in it, had a fuel tank, right? All of that stuff for $5,000. I'm like, okay, fine. I know I couldn't put the front end together and everything for $5,000. So, oh yeah, I could, but then I'm looking at the pictures, and something didn't look quite right. The proportions were off, and then you got to like the roll cage part, the seat part of it, and it had to be built for a 300-pound freaking guy. It had the same like seating area as my minivan. You know what I mean?
It had the wide Cherokee in it, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. By the time I whittled it down to like my size, I was just built from scratch. Z28 is on his way out. Good night, brother man. Andrea Alvarez is also on the way out. Good night, and thank you for joining us.
Oh, I had a question. Because last week we offered free tiny slip players to anybody who bought merch. Did you have any takers on that?
Wait, what did we offer?
We're going to give away. I had these little mini pliers.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I nobody said anything to me.
Yeah.
So Uncle Sam, have you laid off the Tang, or is it just the winter that's done that? I switched to real orange juice. I'm not that I'm becoming like really health conscious, but Kathy's which is way over the top. She's doing great now, but during a period of time when she was down, we decided that diet was the big thing. So we cleaned up diet around his house drastically. And while I'm not on a health kick by any stretch of the imagination, I wanted to eliminate artificial and synthetic things. So I switched from Tang to real orange juice. Still lots of sugar, but it's a more natural sugar. Tony is covering for not having any Tang he likes. Well, they have the regular Tang here at the supermarket, but I just stopped drinking it. Shadow Dog is saying, I eat a navel orange every day, all the benefits, but not the big hit of sugar at once. I need the sugar. My entire personality is a finely tuned balance of caffeine, nicotine, and sugar. And if any of those are off, I'm not functional. So you just got to keep it. Got to keep the right fuel going. Pulp or no pulp, some pulp, right? I used to be big on. I've been into the orange juice kick before, and I always went for maximum pulp because I wanted to chew on every. And now I just go for some pulp.
We good to go a couple down from there. Andy B 59 53.
Andy B got him. Hey, Andy. About to start a home build on a 63 361. It'll be the soul of what we're doing here. Wish it was a 3-3, but it's what I've got. Going in my 61 ratty, but solid, and it's what I've got. Absolutely, man. The 361 is a great running engine. You think about it, right? Nobody ever says, oh, the 360 is a turd, okay? But for some reason, people look at the 361 and say, oh, no, it's a turd. So no, the 361 is a great engine. The only problem you're going to have is piston availability. Like if you have to replace the pistons, you're going to have to hunt and you may end up having to pay. But if you could save the original pistons, you're way ahead. Let's see, Adam Hubbard. What's a good idle speed for an AMC 304 V8 with a 5-degree advanced mild cam? AFB style Edelbrock carb seems to idle in the 600 range with your basic setup procedure. 16 degrees initial, 24 curve. No, I mean, if you, I would raise it a little bit because you want to make sure that everything that's going to be oiled by splash is thoroughly oiled by splash. Go with what the car it came out of, right? Whatever it happened to be. Go with what they recommend. If it's as low as 600, I guess you get away with it. But I would, and plus you want to keep your alternator spinning. You want to keep your water pump spinning at adequate speed. 600 seems low to me. I would probably go shoot for 750, 750 like that in gear. DST tire sales. Hey, UTG, can you give a small business some advice on how we can grow my channel here? DST tire. Yes, there's so much to this though. It's very hard to sum it up with like.
Just broad stroke it, yeah. Just
broad stroke it.
Film in the shop of doing stuff.
Say that again?
Film in the shop of doing stuff. And then when you set up your channel, also go into Google and spend a couple, 3-4 hours learning how Google finds videos and finds your business and finds all this stuff, which will help immensely.
So what he's saying, absolutely. So I'll add to that, okay? Until people know you, right? Until you build a following for yourself, keep your videos very short, between 1 and 3 minutes long. Don't go past that. Not until you've got at least 1,000 subs. You want to keep them very short. Don't do shorts. Do regular videos, long form type of videos, and keep them between 1 and 3, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay, no fluff. Make sure that from the instant somebody clicks on that video until the video is done, there's no place where you give them a chance to tune away. Okay, so you want to talk fast, not ridiculously fast. You want to keep a rapid pace with no breaks, no dead spot. You want to keep them engaged. The reason why you keep them small, short videos like that is that if they don't know you, if they've never heard of you, they don't know if they're going to like you or not or whatever, and they see that you made a 20-minute video, a 30-minute video, odds are they're going to skip past. Because I have to invest. If I'm going to click on you, it means I have to sit through a freaking ad. I got to sit through whatever nonsense you put into the beginning of your video and all this other shit before you get to the actual. I'm not going to invest if I don't know you. But if it's a short video, 1, 2, 3 minute long video, I'll take a chance. So that's very important. Your thumbnails are super important. They got to be colorful. They got to be bright. They got to jump off the screen. Thumbnail words should be bold, should be easy to read. The title should be direct. It's got to be something substantial. You have to give somebody a reason to click on it, right? I went to the Masonic Lodge car show this Saturday. Nobody's clicking on that ever, forever. Okay. you know, how I got my car ready for the car show, right? That will get some clicks because people want to know how to get the car ready for a car show. So you keep your titles, thumbnails and titles very direct, keep your videos short, and don't give anybody a chance to click away, because view duration is very important to YouTube. The longer you stick, the longer they stick to your video in terms of percentage of that video, the more they'll put your video out and you'll start to pick up some views. There's so much more to this, but I'm just trying to give you a broad stroke on top of what Dr. Art already put out there.
Yeah, put out content every day. Boom, 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 boom.
Yes. Oh, very important. Okay. Yeah, post on a regular schedule. If you can't do it every day, do it every other day. If you're going to do 2 a week, 3 a week, make sure you always do those 2 or 3 a week, because the YouTube algorithm respects consistency. And if you show the algorithm that you're, see, we're already working for the machine. Everybody's like, oh, AI is coming. No, AI's been here, and we work for AI. So if you want the AI to respect you, you have to show consistency. And then the AI will then say, this person is serious about this, and they'll put your videos out. If you have any other questions, DTDST, jump in there. I'm scrolling up. Jeremiah Helen, just curious, what's one car you wish you could have back? If there was any car that I wanted back, I could either buy it or duplicate it now, right? I'm one of those people, when I'm done with something, I'm done with it, and I move forward from there. I don't really have one. Dr. Art, what about you?
I've had 4 that I miss, and I've had like 300 cars.
Okay.
I missed my 69 big block fastback Mustang. I missed my 72 El Camino. I missed my 84 Cadillac Eldorado, and my 98 Cobra.
Okay.
Those are my 4 favorites of all the hundreds of cars. And I've had everything cool, jacked up, lowered, everything. Boats, planes, everything. And those 4 would be, I'd be happy with those.
That's a nice assortment of cars. If I had to pick one, it would be my 72 Roadrunner 400 4-speed. That car was just amazing. It was really cool, but not enough for me to go out and find another one or clone it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scrolling back up. Monetization. There's a minimum YouTube wants the video to be monetized after you reach those metrics. To get monetized, you need 1,000 subs and you need 4,000 hours of watch time. And by keeping those videos short, believe it or not, you're more likely to get the 4,000 hours quickly than if you have long videos. Because if people are clicking off your videos after 2 or 3 minutes, because it's just like, okay, this isn't going anywhere, it's going to count against you. So you're better off going with the 2 or 3 minute videos. Do a bunch of them, and it'll add up quickly.
And if you're lucky, you'll get 1 or 2 that really go somewhere, and those hours will add up faster than anything. Yeah.
Now, once you get monetized, once you've got that 1,000 subs and your 4,000 hours of watch time, you're kind of established. You have a following, right? And at that point, you go from the 2 and 3 minute videos to 8 minute videos. You want to make 8 minute your minimum, because at 8 minutes you get the mid rolls, and that doubles your CPM, or the amount of money you get paid per video. So if you plan on pursuing this, for a living, right? That's the strategy. Once you get your 1,000, once you're monetized, go to 8 minutes. And then there's a sweet spot between 17 and like 22, 23 minutes where you're going to get maximum duration and you're going to get maximum CPM. There's diminishing returns once you go past that. Melody Maker, I challenge you to do a water pump on a 56 Hemi. I like it. I can't say
cylinder heads and everything, yeah, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever changed one, but I'm familiar with it. I know what you're talking about.
Van Barnes.
I was just looking at that.
Yeah.
Hey, fellas. What are the main things to focus on for putting together a torque-focused, reliable daily driver for a truck that will do some limited towing? Stroke. Torque. It's all about torque. It's a torque game. Now, you're not saying what kind of truck. You're not saying, you know, the make or anything like that. You're not giving any preferences for like the type of engine. Torque would be the thing. A lot of people will say diesels, you know, to throw a diesel in there if you're going to tow that, and it makes a lot of sense to do that. Torque-oriented big blocks, you know, 454s, 440 Chryslers, 460 Fords.
Yeah, match a cam for a torque cam. Don't get greedy.
Yeah.
And have if you can find a head with a big quench pad.
Yeah. Gorilla Shells, later this year, going to restore my 78 Caravan. Nice, I like that, with my father, and wanted to go with something other than a 350 small block Chevy. Wait a minute, are you restoring a 78 Caravan or are you hot rodding a 78 Caravan? And that's a front wheel drive, and you want to put a small block Chevy in it?
Well, he may be in Australia, and a Caravan means something else.
Huh. I don't know. Gorilla Shells, like go deeper into that question there.
Gonna drive it across, yeah. Lost Wrench, what would be the best bang for your buck to gain horsepower for the budget-minded? Both Dr. Art and I have different opinions on this. I know what he's going to say. I mean, it depends what it's on, you know.
In general.
In general, just exhaust is your first step.
Best bang for the I thought you were going to say turbocharger.
No, that's a little complicated for a lot of folks. So, but the best bang for a buck, just a couple $100. Okay, let's hang an exhaust on this thing and free this motor up.
Okay. I say nitrous. It's the simplest thing. You know, it does cost to get the bottle filled, but you know, how often are you going to actually use it?
Right, and if you want, how much horsepower gain you're looking for? You know, if you're looking for budget 200, yeah, it's nitrous.
Yeah, see, that's to me. I like nitrous for several reasons, right? From a mechanical perspective, okay. But the thing in my mind is you're building a high performance car, okay. But how often is it actually used for that purpose? So, do you know what I'm saying? It's like most of the time you're using it, you're driving it, you're taking it to work, you're taking it to school, you're fucking driving in traffic, you're doing all that. You're not using the high performance part of it. So it's like but now you throw something like nitrous on there, and it's like it's only when it's needed, and it's only needed. You know, your high performance car is only going to be used for high performance half of 1% of the time that it's actually being used. So push the button and get your jollies, and go back to having regular driver.
Mm-hmm. Gorilla Shells, he's replied.
There it is. Okay.
I'm not sure it's the proper name for the van. It's a 78 G10 Caravan, I believe. It's a Chevy van.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm thinking you're restoring a Caravan.
Yeah, Chrysler Caravan. Yeah.
Right, a Dodge Caravan. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was like cool. Like, wow, somebody's restoring an old Caravan. Okay. Yeah, the G10. Those are cool.
If it's got a blown up 350 in it, I'm sure. I would put another 350 in it. It's going to be the simplest thing. You're going to have all the drive belts, all the accessories, all the stuff. It's going to be pluck out, go get yourself a crate motor, plug it back in. You're done in a day.
Or even better than that, right? Spring for a cheap 383 kit. You've already got the block, right? You're gonna have to unless you put a hole in it, okay? But if you've already got a good block, spring for a 383 stroker kit. I don't remember. I mean, it's been so long since I bought something like that. I built a bunch of them back when I was in New York for people. Biggest bang for your buck. Biggest bang for your buck. Put it
in a van, it'll like the extra cubes. Yeah.
It's gonna love the torque. It's gonna love the torque. Okay, scrolling down. Let's see. Well, I'm surprised nobody jumped in there really from the video we did today. I did today. I was expecting a
well, whole you went on and on for the first 10 minutes about I'm not here to cause problems. So
no.
So yeah, it was.
Well, we talked about that yesterday. You came by the shop and I was like, I want to do this video, but I don't want to come off as being,
right.
Sharon, didn't you do at least one video with the hot rod hoarder? I did. I had a great time down there. We just haven't crossed paths since. Thunderstruck, you didn't want to set the place on fire with that 413. Well, I mean, I'm kind of grateful for it because but I'm just surprised that there wasn't a whole bunch of 413 questions or people scolding me. King Killis, what would be the best mods for obscure engines like an International Harvester 392 for 4x4? In my mind, just external stuff. Just basic external stuff. Good efficient exhaust, properly matched carburetor, ignition curve, extremely important. But obscure engines, they're obscure. You don't want to mess with obscure things. You don't want to crack it open and start getting funky in there,
Yeah. Trying to find the right cam for your Harvester 392, then it throws all your geometry off, and then you're stuck for months trying to find the right length of this and that stuff like that. Yeah, just run good, exhaust it, and have a good time.
Lost Wrench Garage is heading out. Thanks for joining us, brother. Andy, you saw the video. You're a forward look guy. Excellent. You have class and distinction. People respect you. So I appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. I probably could have been more concise. I think I was bouncing around a little bit, but there was so much ground to cover. Christopher Newton, thank you for the super chat. I've been enjoying watching your nitro videos. Was wondering, has anyone ever run Nitromethane? No, actually, I'm not familiar with it. I researched nitrobutane, nitropropane, nitroethane. Back when there was a nitro shortage, like around 1990 or so. I actually got on an FBI list because of it, because I tried to buy a railroad car full of this shit from China. I had a few racers that were pitching in, and we were actually going to have a railroad tanker full of nitro shipped over. And well,
you're like, why are you going to blow up with it? Yeah.
Yeah, right. It was like one of those things, and we didn't. Who even thinks of that? We're just trying to get our fuel. So. Yeah, but at any rate, when that shortage was out there, I looked at nitrobenzene also, but nitrobutane was the one that was closest to nitromethane, and then I found out that the Barry Setzer Vega rather, the Barry Setzer Vega, through the middle part of the 70s, ran on the nitrobutane. They didn't bother with nitromethane or nitrobutane. And then I tried to find out more about it like that, and then all of a sudden the nitro was available again. So Bobby Z, there are hot rod parts for international harvester motors, no personal experience with them. I do some mild port work, clean them up mostly if you're taking the heads off anyway. It doesn't hurt, but in that driver RPM range, you're really not going to see anything. It never hurts to clean things up, just take a die grinder and knock off the sharp edges and like real nasty imperfections and stuff like that. But I wouldn't start like sculpting bowls and doing all this shit, because
yeah,
you're not going to see.
Or until you see daylight and then weld it back in and get going.
Yeah. Somebody else mentioned about screwing around rocker ratio on that, a Biofly. Again, it's like, okay, it's an obscure motor, right? Do you want to go hunting for rockers when you find that you did alter the ratio a little bit, and now it eats the rockers, or it
pull the studs
off the side of the freaking valve stem or some shit like that, and you got obscure motors. Yeah, stick with stuff you can get easy parts for. Hot rod stuff you can get easy parts for. Buddy Corfano, is a nitrous used for racing the same as a dentist uses? Yes. It's the difference is for the stuff that they sell for cars they add a bit of sulfur to it, so it's not very pleasant to huff. But nitrous oxide is nitrous oxide, so the same stuff that's in whipped cream. I used to love to do whippets, man. Back in the day, we had so much fun with that shit.
Get the cracker and fill a balloon, and
I used to hang out with this guy, Terrible Tim. He was a musician. I went over to his house one day, and he actually did a song called "Nitrous Oxide High." You guys want to check out one of my old friends? Look up Terrible Tim, Nitrous Oxide High, he had gone to the point of brain damage. I go over his house one night, and he's got dental cylinders, big friggin' cylinders, and masks like all over the friggin' house. He was completely blown out. So yeah, that was I'm glad I survived hanging with him. Yes, Terrible Tim, Nitrous Oxide High. I wonder if it's still. It should still be out there. Tim was a good friend of mine when I was in New York.
Well, let's see if it pops up real quick, and then we can get the heck out of here.
Oh wow, it's 2 hours already.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's on YouTube.
Is it?
Yeah.
Can you get it to play here? While we head out?
Yeah, let me key this up here.
I'm gonna get all nostalgic. I haven't heard that in probably 25 years. He had a friend. He had a buddy named Brotherman Bill. Was another friggin' nut job. Can you get it to play? Dr. Art?
Yeah, you can't hear that?
No.
Oh, okay, hang on. All right, let's do it. We could do it another way. All right. We have to share it. Share screen. But it's the song. I thought everybody could hear it.
No, we can't hear anything.
Same thing. Go back down in the corner there. And
okay, I made them to the stage.
All right, and then I'll go ahead and restart this, and they should be able to hear it now.
Okay. Oh yeah, crank up the volume.
Turn up the nozzle, got it up to full throttle. You never got as high from any truck or liquor bottle. This is as high as you could get without actually being dead. You got to keep that nitrous flowing up into
Is this
your
him?
head.
Yeah.
You gotta
Oh
keep
yeah.
that nitrous oxide high. High. Hello. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. And here we go. And now the nitro copter's landing on the Nitromethane. You don't need rotor blades, you're floating on the.
Gonna play the rest or call it good?
I know. I was enjoying that.
Nitro air, location of the destination soon to be unfurled. I need nitrous oxide so that I can breathe on your world. Gotta keep that nitrous oxide high. High. Hello. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. And here we go. And now the pressure gauge is showing you're low on air. You're at full throttle for the moment, though you do not care. Your fellow airmen are around you, falling to the ground. The devil exhales and nitrous oxide is what comes out. Gotta keep that nitrous oxide high. High. Hello. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. And here we go. Turn up the nozzle, got it up to full throttle. You never get as high from any drug or liquor bottle.
Mexican Spec is saying, did Tim ever perform the song anywhere? Okay, so look up his catalog of songs, right? Because that's probably the only one that you can actually play in public, all right? You know, with kids around. He used to go to every open mic night, including ones that they would have at churches, and do all of his songs, you know, like that one. He was a one-man wrecking crew. So I used to have him come and play at my coffee house in New York every Friday night at midnight. Okay. So I brought him in every Friday night at midnight to get everybody out of there, because if you didn't, you'd be there until like the. So he would come in, sit down in the corner, pick up his guitar, and start doing his set, blasted out of his friggin' mind. And little by little, everybody would just leave until it was just, you know, it was just me and Tim. And Tim would be oblivious to whether there was anybody in the room or if it was packed. He didn't know. He didn't care. He just kept doing his songs. He was like a machine. And I would be cleaning up the place and getting ready to go home. Tim was just he was such a piece of work. I had so much fun hanging around with him and Brother Man Bill. So, all right, enough of that trip down memory lane.
Enough.
Yeah, fine, terrible Tim. Spread love and propaganda. All right, so that's it. Our amazing mods, our super mods. These guys are awesome. Mexican Spec, Fubar. I didn't see Zero tonight, but Zero is always with us, within us, without us, around us. Zero is omnipresent. You know, of course. Everybody contributed to it. Super chat, thank you so much. It's greatly appreciated, but never expected. And everybody contribute your presence and your conversation. Thank you equally. Dr. Art, do you have anything you want to?
No, I want to go home. Oh,
Yeah, me too. I have to. My orange juice needs to get deposited. So
yes, exactly.
On that note, I am out of here, guys. Don't get killed out there. And yeah, good night.